Welcome back to the show, everyone. Well, everybody has a weird and wonderful talent, and apparently Canada's got a lot of them.
Yeah, absolutely. John Brunton, President and CEO of Insight Productions. They are touring Canada's Got Talent to search for people to qualify for the show. John joins us now. How are you, John?
You know, I'm having the time of my life.
Tell us what
I got the best job in the world.
No kidding.
You really do, but tell us about your morning.
Well, you know, you just have no idea when the door opens up what's going to walk through. And people have all these secret talents, and quite often the first time they share them are on a show like Canada's Got Talent.
Yeah.
We had a woman this morning, and ever since she was 3 or 4 years old, she's been dancing on her head. And so she did Let's Get Physical, dancing on her head. And it was bizarre and entertaining at the same time.
Wow.
And, you know, uniquely, you know, I don't think anybody else does anything like that, what that particular woman does.
I said 3 or 4, and I love that you said when you open the doors, you don't know what will come through, because I was reading the frequently asked questions, and some of the questions are, do I need to bring my own piano? If I have an animal, is that all right? So you literally don't know what's going to come through those doors.
No, you know, we were in Winnipeg a few days back, and we had a blind dog act. And the blind dog was meant to catch balls. Occasionally he did, but more often he did not. But it was cute.
Now the turnout, I've been reading for people lining up to audition for you, and we're not talking about the judges or the hosts because they haven't been announced yet. But
Keeping
lining
that
up
secret.
to audition has been phenomenal. Are you surprised of the reaction of Canadians to show themselves off?
I am, you know, I'm totally surprised. I mean, we thought we'd get a good turnout. We assumed we'd get a good turnout, but nothing to the extent that we have. I mean, we've got literally thousands more people registering online to be part of the program than we'd anticipated. Probably twice as many people as we originally thought. And we were pretty ambitious with our first numbers, but yes, the reaction has been overwhelming.
And you, of course, have a long history with Idol and that franchise as well, but broadening out to just sort of say, hey, whatever you can do, come and give it a shot.
Well, it's so much fun. I mean, we had 2 little kids this morning auditioning for us. They were about 6 or 7 years old, and they had a magic act. You know, I saw a dancer waiting to come in to audition. It looked like she was about 75 to 80 years old, wearing a pretty skimpy outfit, I might add.
Awesome.
All right.
So, you know, you've got anything goes, any kind of talent. I mean, you could burp the alphabet, and we might be interested in your talent.
Oh, wait a second. I've never been able to do that. So who judges the process right now? I mean, you haven't announced your formal judging panel.
Right now, as you know, here in Vancouver, we're having thousands of people come down and audition, and every single one of those people we put on videotape. And the people in the room sort of suggest what they do and to what level of expertise they do it, and how unique the act is. And then we gather as a group, the producers on the show, and we try to whittle that number of people down to a manageable number. And then we're going to come back to Vancouver with our celebrity judges and our host and go into the big, shiny floor show stage and theater.
So it'll be the same kind of format. Now, question, because I've seen Britain's Got Talent, I've seen America's Got Talent, and the judging panel doesn't seem to have seen the acts before it's on films. Do you shock the judges with what they're about to see?
When that act walks out on stage, the judges know nothing. They might have the person's name, and that's about it. So they're discovering those people the same way we're discovering them this morning.
Is Mr. Methane from Britain Got Talent? Have you ever seen his act?
I've heard about his
act.
It was terrible.
Don't Google it, people.
No, do Google it.
No, I would say Google it, absolutely.
But that is, I mean, obviously, you know, you can't talk about who the judges are, but that's an important element to the show, isn't it?
It's a really important element, because there's so many different emotions on a show like this. I mean, not only is it amusing and funny, but quite often it's really heartfelt, it's unique. I mean, there are things that people will see on Canada's Got Talent that you certainly won't see on America's Got Talent. You won't see it on Britain's Got Talent. There are weird cultural things that are very distinctly Canadian. You know, not a lot of Ukrainian community is going to vote. You know, and not a lot of throat singers in Dallas. You know, and I just learned about clogging, which is
what is clogging?
Clogging is a style of dance that was basically invented by the Cree in the Winnipeg area. And the whole culture behind this weird, and I saw clogger after clogger after clogger in Winnipeg. I had no idea.
Isn't that fascinating? Because there is an element of a show like this that provides that inspiration and provides people with the idea of what makes up the fabric of a culture and a country and who we are.
It's what I love most about the show is that it really reflects back to the audience who we are. And we're wild and crazy, I'll tell you. There's a lot, you know, the idea of shy Canadians, I think we'll throw that out the window.
Okay, so obviously the auditions are in Vancouver today.
Yes.
Where else are you stopping?
And tomorrow.
Is it too late?
Tomorrow
Can people
Vancouver.
still enter?
People can still come down tomorrow if they'd like to. We guarantee that anybody who shows up, we will see them, we will videotape them, even if we're here till 10 o'clock tomorrow night.
And you've got a couple of other stops across Canada as well.
Yep, we're off to Montreal after this, and then Toronto, and we're yet to visit Halifax, so we're trying to cover coast to coast.
And you have not only Canada's Got Talent that you're dealing with right now, but Battle of the Blades premiered last night.
That's true.
Which is another tremendous show that you're a huge part of as well. And
that's about as Canadian as you can get. I mean, you know, you're not a town unless you have an arena, and in an arena you figure skate and you play hockey.
Yeah.
And we're taking those 2 dressing rooms and putting them in one.
How surprised were you by the positive public reaction, the ratings, and everything for that show when it first started? Because that's strictly Canadian. I mean, it really is.
It's absolutely strictly Canadian, and you know, hockey is our most popular sport. Figure skating probably comes second. Yeah. In many ways. We're very, very, very good at anything on ice. And so we knew that we had a pretty good instinct that it would catch on with the public. And, you know, all these hockey players are stars and household names. And you know, the figure skaters have been, you know, we've been standing watching them win gold medals for many, many Olympics in a row.
Yeah.
So we had great talent to start with.
Well, John, thank you so much. And once again, as John just said, Canada's Got Talent. Still time to audition here in Vancouver. That is Tuesday, September the 20th at the Westin Bayshore, and then a couple of other stops right across Canada. You can go to the website to find out more information. And it'll be airing in spring 2012, I hear?
Spring 2012, strap your seatbelt on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. If you're watching in other areas of the country, as Fiona mentioned, go to the website to find out. They still have a few tour dates in other areas. We're going to take a break.